Hey guys, it's Victoria, and I'm going to give you an update of some of the things I'm starting indoors. A lot of these things are just basic house plants, so I'm not going to go into detail about all of them. Um, this is a peony tuber I've had, and it's underneath this grow light. It's a GE. I really like this specific grow light because it's not purple. Because I think the purple ones, though that they're effective and whatnot, they just look really goofy to me. Um, they, I've not had great experience with them. They kind of just do a pillar of light, and every time I've used them, I've burned my plants. Even when I had it so many, inches above the plant, I just, this one doesn't burn anything. It's not the goofy color. I like it. I like it a lot. So, this is a Sarah Bernhardt tuber, and it's really coming in rather well. This was actually a cutting, and I've rooted it, and I put it in water first, and it grew its roots. I had it in my windowsill, and then put it in some soil after it had a lot of roots. It probably needs to be repotted. I'm trying to actually sell this one on Etsy as a starter plant. Okay. Oh, and these were from a bouquet. It was a hydrangea um bouquet. So this one that's kind of yellow or calloused on the end. Let's see if it can zoom. It's actually, my camera's not cooperating. But there are some roots forming. This one is not as old. I anticipate it'll be at least 3 weeks before this one actually starts to do anything. But this one is the oldest one, and it's actually been in here for the longest. So these are all my seedlings. So I've got Duchess Aster, and I believe it's called like the China Aster. I've had really great germination with these. Look at that. I planted 12 seeds. I actually planted more than one in some of the cells simply because like some of the seeds looked a little small. The blue aster is kind of a disappointment right now as it stands. I haven't had a single one come up, but maybe it just needs more time. And here's the red. You can see a really nice one there, and then two there, and then if we zoom in, you can see one right there as well. So the red's okay. Then we have our zinnias. I kind of just grew these because I had them and I was kind of bored. And then I've got accidentally double planted zinnias with sunflowers. Whoops. This is the thing I'm the most excited about are the dahlias. So I have Labyrinth and Tartan. I'm in a Facebook group, and I shared these, and people were saying that obviously the Labyrinth isn't going to be a true clone similar to the way it would be if you had a tuber, and I don't have an issue with that. If it's any resemblance to a Labyrinth, which is this huge, beautiful pink and peachy dinner plate size flower, I'm cool. And Tartan is basically white and purple, so if I have anything, even if it's got extra like flecks of pink or red or something, it should probably be like white and purple. So that's something new that is kind of common sense, but I didn't really know before. So basically, if you have dahlia seeds, they're going to be a cross between the mother plant and whatever it was pollinated with, which some plants self-pollinate, so it could be an exact clone in appearance. So they have really slim seeds, as you can see. So you plant them really close to the surface, and they come up. This one's actually, these two are the furthest along. I actually had them outside in an egg carton. But I had to take them out because we're actually going to get snow next week. I'm in central Mississippi and we've gotten snow once already. It lasted for 3 days where I'm at. And some people didn't get any. And we're going to be potentially getting snow a second time. 2021 is definitely an interesting year. So basically, I had them outside, and as they sprouted, I, kind of picked them up and pulled them inside because they would freeze. I have them in this, it's like a big Rubbermaid, it's a clear container, and basically created a small, I called it my ghetto greenhouse because I don't have a hoop house. Don't really need it. I'm not a professional. I just do this as a hobby. So I covered them, and everything I had under there sprouted. It wasn't entirely opaque. It was kind of clear. So it worked. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can just use stuff around your house. And it works pretty well. So, this is my update for my seedlings. Now we're going to move over to something else. So my phone's refusing to focus. This is a chocolate karma Dahlia tuber, and you can see there's a small little spike. And then I have several others in here. I've got these really long, like chicken leg tubers in here. I believe I have show and tell, Fremont's memory. I can't remember. I can't remember what all I ordered, but I have 5 tubers in all. So I have 3 karmas by himself, and are actually, yeah, 3, 1, and 1. And this is where I have, oh my god, I can't remember. But Cafe Olay is going to be coming here. I ordered it, and it's taking quite a while to get here. I ordered from different sellers, but it's going to be Cafe Olay, and I believe I have Fremont's memory in here. But I planted ranunculus as well. And you can't see it all. I wish the lighting was better in here. That's, I guess, a little better. Yeah, that's a lot better. So you can see the green shoots. There's 2 of them. This was an actually a pretty big little root in here. I thought about splitting it, but honestly I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I actually tried to do somewhat of a lasagna planting because the ranunculus will come up first, and I wanted to have blooms continuously. I have obviously my dahlias, and then over that I've got ranunculus, and then I've got gladiolas. In the backs of these, I believe this side's going to be the back, so it can kind of be like a barrier, and all that stuff's going to come up and start blooming and whatnot before the dahlias. And I actually put the dahlias in pots and brought them inside for a multitude of reasons. Number one, our weather has been so crazy. So normally around this time of year, I can plant stuff really early outside, and we don't really have a freeze. It'll get in the 30s and the 40s, but it never gets to, it'll be 35 and won't actually freeze. And I'm pretty good, But I planted these, put them outside, because we had 3 or 4 weeks where it was just in the 70s. And that's so crazy, but that's Mississippi weather for you. So I put them out there, and I felt, this is going to be great. They're going to get a chance to grow early. The pots allow for better drainage. I have a lot of clay in my soil. And so it was all around best thing. And now that it's elevated, last year was my first year planting dahlias. And I had a huge problem with slugs. Slugs ate them all the way down to the little nub where they were coming out of the tuber. It was so sad. I couldn't, get rid of them. And I didn't really want to use insecticides. This year, I don't care. I'm going to be merciless and use insecticides and whatever I've got to do. But I thought with these pots, I could use copper tape and try that first. Try to use it. We don't have huge slugs. We kind of have these really small ones or really small slugs. I was watching a video where this guy had copper tape, and he had these gigantic slugs. They look like small baby turtles. I was really shocked, because I honestly have never seen slugs that big before. They're not native to here apparently. But yeah, temperature wise, it was great that I put them in pots because I got a little overexcited, put them outside, and what did we have? Freezing temperatures, and you know, it's supposed to snow next week. So it's kind of silly and it wasn't planned, obviously, but I brought them inside. So they're inside now. And that's where they're going to be for quite some time until the weather warms up, which is great. I don't really see any signs of the other tubers starting to come up. And I'm kind of in a pickle because I have grow lights on my shelving. Like, I have a really long fluorescent grow light in the middle shelf that's over my seedlings, and then I have a really long, I had a pendant light, and I kind of repurposed it and took my Edison bulb out and put a grow light in there, just, because I had so many plants. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with these if they actually do end up sprouting, because obviously they're gonna need some light. I guess I could get one of those clip lights and clip it to something and just have it over them. But I don't know if one bulb would. I don't think one bulb would be enough. I think I'd need at least 2 or 3. So hopefully they kind of just stay dormant and kind of wake up, so I can put them out in mid-March. Obviously this one he's ready to go. But I bought 40 ranunculus tubers, and I kind of planted them everywhere. I've never grown them before, and I thought if I planted them just kind of everywhere, I could really figure out what areas that they like. So I have some terracotta pots outside that just nothing can grow in those terracotta pots because it's so dry. And I heard that ranunculus likes to dry out in between watering, so I was like, what would be more perfect than that, I don't know, but hopefully ranunculus. And I also just kind of tucked them in here, and here. I have flower pots on my front porch as well, and I tucked them in, hanging baskets, you name it, because I have begonia tubers in the hanging baskets, so I figured ranunculus will bloom first, and then the begonias, and that would be really nice, because right now it just looks like a thing of dirt, because that's what it is. So that's my update for now. So if you do have plants outside and they're not like in the winter sowing method and you don't have a hoop house, or basically they're uncovered and you got excited like me, cover them babies, because sounds like we have a polar vortex or some crazy thing coming down, and it's gonna be really cold. So happy planting, happy growing. Thank you so much. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Goodbye.